Hello disciples, Donkey here, and today we'll be going over my Infinite Invisibility Void Hunter build. In short, this build allows you to constantly activate your invisibility buff, all while blowing everything with volatile rounds. Just take a look. There's so much uptime with invisibility and volatile, it's actually nuts. So let's go over the build. For your super, use Deadfall, Suppression Grenade, and Gambler's Dodge for your class ability, Stylish Executioner, and Vanishing Step for your aspects, then Echo of Provision, Obscurity, Persistence, and Starvation for the fragments. For your armor and mods, on the helmet, use Siphon, Ammo Finder, and Lucent Blade. Your arms will have Unstoppable Grenade Launcher and Taking Charge. The chest piece, which is also our exotic Gyrfalcon's Hauberk, equip Reserves, Resistance, and Supercharged Mod. For your legs, use Scavenger, Restoration, and Counter Charge. Finally, the class item will have Lord Kelvin's Basilisk, Solo Operative, and Shield Break Charge. Your weapons will include Witherhoard for the exotic, Velis X, and Falling Guillotine. I tried to use something other than Gyrfalcon's for the exotic, but it is just so stupid good that nothing else comes close to it. So let's take a deep dive in and see how all of this works out. To start off, you will want to activate your invisibility either by dodging right away, or in my opinion, getting a finisher on an enemy. Once invisible, you can whip out your Velis X and start blasting the enemies with volatile, thanks to Gyrfalcon's, giving you volatile rounds each time you come out of being invisible. Getting a kill on an enemy that is debuffed will activate your aspect, Getting a kill on an enemy that is debuffed will activate your aspect, Stylish Executioner, giving you invisibility once again. Of course, keep in mind that you will need to wait for the timer to Stylish to run out before activating it again. You can see how silly this is to keep going on and on for a chain of invisibility. Also, when you get a debuffed kill on an enemy, you are also granted an overshield and increased weapons damage from the perks on your Velis X. Now with all that in mind, if you throw in your fragment Echo of Persistence, all of your invisibility timers are extended, so that is even more time to be invisible. You could simply run that combo, not even touch the mods, and be just fine. But let's take a look at those extra buffs anyway. The main bit revolves around being charged with light. To do this, you can either pick up orbs of power on the ground, break an enemy shield with a matching element weapon, or stun a champion. Once charged with light, attacking with your sword will give a damage buff thanks to Lucent Blade. I think this is really strong against champions with Falling Guillotine because of the heavy spin attack, and you will always be charged with light at a minimum by stunning a champion. And yes, you can get volatile rounds applied to your sword. I also have a bunch of mods focused on getting lots and lots of grenade ammo because that extra Witherhoard damage is really tasty, and if you have the catalyst, that makes it all the better. So that's the build in a nutshell. Just become invisible, then deal some damage, become invisible again, and again, and again, and again. You get the idea. I mean, who can really stop you at all? This is so freaking strong. Anyway, be sure to stick around as we dive into the finer details and percentages to see how this invisible insanity all works. Your invisibility sources come from three main things: Vanishing Step, Stylish Executioner, and Echo of Obscurity. Both Obscurity and Step give 4.8 seconds of invis, and the Executioner gives 7.8 seconds. Wombo combo are Fragment Echo of Persistence, which gives 41.5 additional duration, then you get 8 and 12 seconds respectively. Now when you proc the invis, it never says 8 or 12, but I think there is a delay in the text appearing and the timer starting. I could be wrong, so just let me know down in the comments if so. Now we pair all of that invisibility with our Gyrfalcons. This exotic gives volatile rounds for 10 seconds after coming out of invisibility. Additionally, if you are able to get a finisher while invisible, you are granted 35% increased damage for 6 seconds, and you and your teammates get a reserve Void Overshield and 375% class ability regen. The Overshield is activated on your dodge use. There is a lot going on in this one exotic. Oh, and there is no cooldown to any of this. So yes, I know what you were thinking, and no, Bungie, please, please, please don't nerf this in PvE. Next up, our Velis X comes into play. It is already a hard-hitting 4-burst pulse rifle, which is great, but the perks Golden Tricorn and Repulsor Brace are really what stand out here. Golden Tricorn gives 15% weapons damage on kill for 7 seconds, and it can be refreshed. Additionally, if you get a grenade or melee kill while the buff is active, it will go up to 50% increased damage for 10 seconds. And if you get a kill on a debuffed enemy, aka anything with volatile, grants a 45 health overshield for 8 seconds, and it too can be refreshed. So let me explain it once more. Start by going invisible, then shoot to activate volatile rounds, and finally kill that debuffed enemy to become invisible again. Rinse and repeat. Stylish Executioner gives 7.8 seconds of invisibility and 4 seconds of True Sight when getting that debuffed kill. True Sight simply allows you to see enemy outlines through walls up to 64 meters away. Additionally, melee attacks deal 150% extra damage and weaken targets while Stylish Executioner is active. Now, this part is very important. Always wait 2 seconds for the debuff to Stylish to wear off, or else you will not be able to go invisible with it again. Now we can move on to the mods. Getting charged with light is pretty easy here. Either 2 rapid kills with your matching void weapons, stun a champion, or break a matching shield type. Getting the rapid kills will spawn an orb of power, which you can pick up to give 1 stack of charged with light, and you can hold up to a max of 4 stacks with these mods. The other 2 simply give charged with light automatically without picking anything up. Oh, and picking up an Orb of Power gives you Devour, thanks to Echo of Starvation. Just more icing on the cake at this point. With Lucent Blade, you can get a 35% damage buff with your sword for 5 seconds. This consumes 1 stack of Charged with Light, and with Falling Guillotine's heavy attack spin, heavy spin attack, you can easily take down champions with this combo. You can also use your sword in heated situations, but I find that using it against champions is the most effective. Witherhoard has 3 mods working for us to find and hold more ammo, which is always a great thing. The Catalyst simply gives you max handling and auto-loading holster. This grenade launcher is pretty good, and if by some random chance you still don't have it, then go grab it from the Monument to Lost Lights ASAP. So that's it, folks. A ton of invisibility with a ton of damage buffs to make you a master of the void. I think this build works with just about anything and everything in Destiny 2, and I will be using it for week 1 of Lightfall and potentially the day 1 raid, as long as the queue times aren't, well, long. Well, Guardians, I hope you found this information useful, and if you enjoyed this video, smack that like button, and be sure to subscribe for free to follow along for more Destiny 2 content. And just like It Me Lefty said, gimme the juice!